Hello there and welcome to BTM Spotlight. Our contestants were introduced to the world of storytelling last episode, but today as we continue our journey into discovering the next big star on the silver screen, we are diving into the fascinating world of film directing. Filmmaking is a collaborative art, and understanding the director's vision is crucial for any actor or actresses. So get ready to sharpen your skills and gain valuable insights as our contestants embark on an intensive directing workshop, led by none other than Dominic Aikebeli. Without further ado, let's roll the cameras and get ready for center stage in this thrilling episode.
Let's start by identifying who a director is, right? There's a hierarchy in filmmaking, and it usually starts with the executive producer. I don't know if you guys know about it. It's also called the EP, the financier of the project. And then there is a producer. The producer is kind of like the general manager, right? So the producer takes care of the welfare, the general welfare, hires whoever he or she wants to hire, and does bumping and follow up. So the management of the production is for the producer. And then the producer hires the director. I won't talk about the other ones and everything. We are focusing on directing. Now, as a director, you are the emperor, the conqueror, the lion is here. Do you understand? That does not mean that you should allow it to get to your head. A lot of directors, right, always have this issue of, yes, I'm the lord of the film, right? And I have to assert myself, and a lot of them miss it. Do you understand? Thankfully, we will go into directorial approaches, and then you will see and directing styles and all of that. But basically, the director is the person who is in charge of the representation of your script into film. It is his vision that is what you see. A complete director is a complete filmmaker. You cannot be a director and not know how the camera works. Even if you are not a cinematographer, director of photography or whatever it is, but you should know the basics, right? You know your shots, you know where the angles come from. You should know the different lenses. Do you understand? You should know what a 35 does. You should know what a 24 does. You know what, do you understand? You should know when you should have specifics from where you need your static lenses or your zoom lenses and all of that and everything, right? It's not your job. It's not your job, but it is your responsibility. Two different things. Do you know why? Because at the end of the day, it is a Dominic Aikebeli film. It's your film, right? It's your vision. So you are not going to explain to anybody that, no, now DP where they set now no rack and well, and where you dey. You're directing. Everything comes from you. And then a very, very important note is, just as we've talked about in script writing, you also have to be the biggest researcher. I'll give you an example. I was shooting in Ekwoma, right? And there was a scene where someone poured acid, right, on the character's hand, and the makeup artist came, did her makeup and everything and all of that. And I saw it as a director, and I was cool. There were a lot of, bumps and everything and all of that. And it was like, it makes sense, right? And then there was someone in the medical field that was just like, he just called me aside and I said, sorry, your director, I'm a doctor. When they pour this acid, according to the script, which time they just pour them now. I say, so this thing they see now, like probably 2 to 3 minutes after I say yes, they no, it cannot be like this. Do you understand? Error on my part. Solely me. You can't blame the makeup artist. You can actually, but it's the reason why you are directing. Because guess what? Yeah. When you want to direct, there are templates, there are slates, right? Which will bring us to your directorial concept. So I've brought about these 3 things because they are the basic steps that you will take before you will even go into your production. Before you start what is called principal photography, which is you are rolling tape. So once you can get these right, everything flows from you. The makeup artist, yeah, if you do proper production, pre-production, yeah, Whatever he or she is putting out there is what you have vetted. So you see why it is solely on you. You cannot blame anybody because did you not see his or her shots? Did you not see his or her slate? Did you not verify? Did you guys not have production meetings, right? Is there not a production design to it? Are you not the person that told the makeup artist what you want to see? Do you understand? So it's a very, very big responsibility. And that's why it is your film. Everything that happens from movements, from artist management, to crew management, to even the color. Hopefully, we'll go into in-depth theories of filmmaking, right? When you have color palettes and hues, what you want your color palettes to depict and all of that. Anyways, that's that for that. So yes, we had the basic idea of who a director is. The director is the lord of the film. It is the director's vision that you see, everything you watch, right? And there are certain directors that feel that their jobs end in production. A good director will be there till the end of post-production, editing, your progressions, your cuts. There are a lot of editors that hate me because usually what happens, well, prevalent in Nigeria is you give to the editor and the editor goes to give what is called a first cut, right? You give him the script so he knows the progression and everything. For me, I will be there. Transitions from this scene to this scene. I'm on your neck about it. Even in that quote unquote rough cut. Do you understand? Oh no, moving from this scene to this scene, I want the audio from the next scene to come under this one. Do you understand? It's all you. That's it basically. Now, if you are commissioned to direct a film, obviously, like we said, it's your Bible. You have to read the scripts, understand the scripts. The script.
You mentioned it. You said the script is the Bible.
I would have assumed that people who were not here, do you understand, would. And please, for those of you who were not here, I beg, feel free to bring my attention back to whatever it is if you need clarification on anything, right? Okay, yeah. So you have the script, which is your Bible. You go through it, you read it. I always advise directors, if the script does not entertain you, many directors make this rookie mistake. You immediately enter work mode. Do you understand? Once they give you the script, you want to sit down, you want to start to analyze. You want to do. No. Read it and be entertained as a viewer. Let me tell you why that helps me. When you are entertained as a viewer, you can highlight the emotions you felt. So you know the emotions you are looking for. Do you understand? So if you read the scripts and you are entertaining yourself, forget about the shots you want to do, forget about the actor you want to use, forget about the progression, just read it and entertain yourself. Read as a spectator, as a viewer first. Get your emotions. You can now assess how you feel about this before you now start to analyze. Once that is done, the next thing you would want to do is to get a concept. So this basically is, well, as you can see, it's for plays, but it also tarries into proper filmmaking. So a director's concept is basically, how do you want to portray your message? Do you understand? What's the genre of the film? You've identified the genre. Oh, okay, it's action. Do I want to keep people gripping their seats from beginning to the end? Or do I want to, you guys have seen Matrix, right? Okay, so there's something called slow burn in filmmaking. Slow burn movies are movies where it starts, you are waiting for something to happen. They will tell you all the English and all the grammar, right? And then it just picks up from somewhere. Has its effects. That's a concept. That's a directorial concept. If you've watched Matrix, you guys know the Matrix, right? The first Neo and everything. The very first one, the very first installment, it's a slow burn movie. So it starts off, they're explaining what the Matrix is, this one and that one and everything. At some point, you might even now feel as if you are watching a drama piece and so on and so forth. There's a reason for that because they want to prime you to the action point. And then when it starts, it is upscale, 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 upscale. A different concept might be start with a rush, get everybody fired up, right? Grab their attention, and then eventually get to a point you pause, calm it down, let everybody breathe. Are you guys following? And then you pick it up again. So that's basically the director's concept. There are other things that go into it. In this script, what exactly are you focusing on? Now, a director oftentimes, so there's always this back and forth with directors and script writers. The script writer has written, right? Then one director will not come and will not say, no, expunge this scene. Oh, no, instead of us to do it and everything. And it is his job. Do you understand? He has the final say. The scriptwriter has a vision for it. The director has a vision. So what you do is, while you are drawing out your concept, do it with your scriptwriter. Very necessary. Well, the screenplay is already basically ready before you even come. Do you understand? What you're talking about is a shooting script. There's a difference. There's a spec script and a shooting script. A screenplay is a screenplay, professionally. So a spec script is basically the writer has written it. Do you understand? It is officially a script. Once you have your final draft, you have your screenplay. When the director comes in, the director now turns it into a shooting script. Let me give you the difference. Your script, your final draft that is a screenplay, yeah, has basically what the writer is telling you, your scenes, your directives, and so on and so forth. A shooting script, when it leaves a spec to a shooting script, is when you now have the angles. Do you understand? So a lot of people miss this thing, right? In your directives, there is, he came in, he dropped the laptop, and he started talking. That's your script. That's your screenplay. In your, yes, yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
In a situation whereby before the script is even ready at all, where we have a meeting of the director, the writer, the producer, and the story. Maybe we have the storyteller, the producer, and the director in the meeting, and this the script writer is just jotting something down that he would now turn to script. What is that meeting?
You've made a very big error there. Why are you having that meeting when the script is not ready?
Well, I said.
That's what we are learning.
said-
Tell me about your knowledge. Yeah?
They said that is screenplay.
That's not the screenplay. So, first of all, in the hierarchy of things, if you want to do a movie, the very first thing that should be ready is your script. The very first thing that should be ready is your script. If you go to professional studios, yeah, if they don't have a script, they don't plan for a production. Do you understand? If they do not have a script, they don't plan for a production. Now, I mentioned in the previous class that some people can just come out without a theme or a story and say, I want to shoot, I have money. There's no script. Do you understand? The professional next step is to hire a producer who will look for a capable script writer. Does it sound confusing? Why does it sound confusing? She's probably has been in settings where, but I mean, it's not script conference. I know what she's talking about, but it's not. But I see. Yes, continue.
Script conference is when the script is already ready. Then you want to know that
Money pre-production.
Oh, pre-production is before you even the script. So sorry,
The scripts.
the
The script conference, and we're talking about when
The process that you're talking about.
I'm sorry, you said something about producer. Okay, I grabbed something from what you said that the story is already ready. Then they'll get the producer. Is it not okay? Now I have the money. I want to produce. Am I not the producer like that?
Nope.
You are the executive producer.
Like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Ask your questions. I will answer all of them according. Continue.
Are you getting my question like that?
Yes, I'm getting your question very well.
Okay. Then you now said something again that
Don't forget, we are talking about screenplay, and I said there is difference between a spec and a shooting script.
yes.
Continue.
Then you said a so film. Then the director's name will be the.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not that the producer now. Okay, EP are okay. You said the person that bring the money is EP.
Is EP? Yes.
So not the producer again. Okay, now that means that thing that they write. Okay. EP are a Tayo Akindele Films production is rubbish.
No.
No, it's not.
Because I'm not the director, but they now write a Tayo Akindele Films production because I brought the money. Is wrong.
So this is the order of credits. It is a Tayo Akindele film production presents a Dominic Aikabeli film. See, sorry. That's the EP's company. He's the director. Yes. And let me tell you something, Let me tell you something. See, sorry, One House. Let me tell you, Quote me anywhere in the world. I'm saying this with full authority as a filmmaker. You see that thing that you're talking about where executive producers write it is a Tayo Akindele film is very wrong. Very, very wrong. A lot of people do it. Do you know why? Right? There's a lot of mediocrity in this industry. Nigeria is producing films below 25% of what a professional filmmaking production should look like. Quote me anywhere. Now, people want glory. Do you understand? Is the reason why an executive producer will come and write a this person film when not be you director is an insult to the person who, if you understand the rudiments of directing, you will know that that's a slap on the director's face. So you have your production company, right? Some people don't even have production companies to field. Do you understand? It can be simply a Tayo Akindele production or the name of your company. Do you understand? It could be BTM Media Production presents a Dominic Aikabeli film. Do you understand? Do you understand that? When you go into intellectual property, now who bring money now you get film? Do you understand? Exactly. That's IP, but that's a whole different thing. But when it comes to creative license and accreditation, the film is for the director. Because it is not you. You not follow me, go set. Even if you are on set, it's not your brain work. It's not your expertise. So it can never be your film. It's your production. Do you understand? Do we have that? Now, coming back to the script, the direct order of things is now you. You are an executive producer. You might have a story in your head that you want to do, or you might not. But when you do, the first person, again, I'm saying this thing with all authority. A lot of people skip it, right? A lot of people can just say that, I get money. You get one director where I know and everything. Make I call him, come. And so the director will be coming and will now be shuttling between his creative setup and producing for you. Professionally, the next person that you should identify is your producer. If you have a good producer, the producer comes, reads the script, and then if it's a producer that is well seasoned, the producer can now say that, okay, for the vision that we want, is this director that I feel, let's call Guy Ritchie, let's call Kunle Afolayan, let's call Kayode Kasum. Do you understand? If we're looking for glamour and everything, we know this person to call. If we are looking for filmic cinema, we know this director to call and everything. Starts from the producer. Like I said, the producer is the general manager, manages the affair. Are you following me? The next person, do not make that mistake. The next person, as an executive producer who has money, is someone who wants to manage your production, which is the producer. Now, before the producer goes to look for a director, you know people pitch scripts. Yes. So an executive producer might already have a script before. If the executive producer does not have a script, then the executive producer will tell the producer to get a script writer. before you even start thinking of a director. Now, obviously, people are not righteous to read, but I am telling you the professional and righteous way to filmmaking. So if there is no script, right, before you start thinking of a director, know what you are working with. Look at the script. If there's no script, get a scriptwriter. When you've gotten a scriptwriter, the scriptwriter now writes what is called a spec script. Now, at the point of final drafts, for those of you who were in the last class, you've written your logline synopsis and the rest. You've written your first draft. You take it to the producer. Producer corrects and everything, right? And meets with. Now, usually in a production team, right, there are other people that are there. Do you understand? The producer does not work alone. There's also somebody called a line producer, right? Then you have production manager is below the line, is later and everything. So when you have arranged your script, you have your final draft and you are sure, then you can now call the director. Now, in this entire process, what may be confusing you is that when the director steps in, which is why I said many directors and many scriptwriters, there's always the clash. Do you understand? He's coming with his concept and his approach. So the way he wants to interpret the script to film might not be necessarily what you now do your first conference. Another very, very, very big mistake that filmmakers make is now like 2 weeks to when you want to enter sets, now you call for script conference. Proper pre-production can have up to about 8 or 9 script conferences. Do you understand? First conference, director, producer. If the executive producer is like a filmmaker and everything, you can be there and everything. The three of you sit down. Okay, this part of my job as a director, almost on a weekly basis, is conference call, 3-way conference call, producer, EP. Okay, I've read the scripts. For this thing, every time we argue, sometimes executive producers can be difficult. They'll be like, no. Now like this, okay, sir, you will do that one. That's script conferencing. You're talking about the scripts. But I tell you this, if your script is not ready, whether it is full of mistakes or not, we'll correct that one later. But if you do not have a script, you have no business planning a production. Starts from the scripts. That's why it's a Bible. No director will accept well. No director that is thinking well, because area hard, sometimes you will just do. But a right-thinking director will not accept your job until he has seen your script. As a director, I have my style, I have my image, I have my integrity. There are just certain films that I will not shoot. Before I will go even tell you money, safe. If you call me and you say, oh, you're hiring me to direct a film, before I tell you about money, before I tell you about time, before I tell you about anything, I'll be like, oh, please let me see your... It starts with the script, all round. Please let me see your script. Send the script. There are many scripts that I've read through and I'm like, no, this is not for me. Do you understand? We won't even bother. It's not the one that... yes, ma'am.
What makes a director no one director?
Variety of reasons. Style. Like for me, I hardly direct comedies. Do you understand? Not my thing. I have done comedies before, and thankfully I've done them successfully, but it's not my thing. Do you understand? I'm more of a deeper person. I want to be more educative. It's not saying that comedies are not educative. Do you understand? But I'm more of a thought-provoking person. Do you understand? The kind of scripts that tickle my fancy. So it's not because that script I read is necessarily bad. It's not just what Dominic Aikabeli is synonymous with. Now, when we get into directorial approaches, you see this thing called the auteur approach. Yeah? If you are an auteur director, it means that you stamp a signature. Somebody can be watching your film without seeing the credits. They go, no, Dominic Aikabeli shoots this thing. You guys ever heard of Guy Ritchie? Guy Ritchie, Lock, Talk, Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch, Madonna's ex-husband. Yeah? Okay, you guys don't know him. Google him. a Guy Ritchie film, yeah, from the dialogue alone, I might not even see what is happening on the TV. If I wake up from sleep and I'm back in the TV, just from the dialogue alone, I go not say a Guy Ritchie film I dey watch. 9 out of 10 times I'm right. He has a stamp. Do you understand? So that could be a factor. Another factor could be that the script is just terrible from your own perspective, actually. Do you understand? What? Obviously, if it is open for correction, right? So there's a job I just received. They sent the script to me, right? I like the theme. I like the premise, which is what the story is talking about. But the plot progression was terrible. And I had a meeting with the producer and the executive producer, and I said, oh, okay, I like what is happening around this thing. But from A to B to C to E to D, it's not making any sense. So if you are open, right, we can get the script writer and see how we can work things around. Many people know go because a lot of script writers are very, righteous they don't take criticism very lightly, exactly. But thankfully for me, they were like, oh, okay, fine, not what. The next conference we had, they brought the script writer. Second conference.
I would feel that would be part of the reason why, okay, for instance, now I want to produce film. Then I'll be seeing your job, and I know that this person does not interact. It's not even, you're not even coming.
I won't even come to your head.
I'll just think of, okay, this person can do it.
Again, so it's very vast. The most that you can do is you might want comedy with the kind of concepts that I do. Do you understand? So don't forget there's approach. Yes, 2 directors have been on productions. Yes. 2 directors have been on productions.
Sir, sorry, in a situation whereby, sorry, he's now PM that is now calling, Ogatele, you have job with me. Femi, you have job with me. So person you have job. It's not the PM that is not calling director, that is not calling makeup artist. What was that? It's not his job.
The producer can delegate the production manager. So see, think of it as a company. I am the general manager, Abi, but it's not me that will enter kitchen and be telling who wants to go and buy soap to buy soap. You get it? Like I said, in terms of management, we are leaving directing now, but I beg, we'll beg for time. We've not entered into this thing. So when it comes into producing, it's a management. Do you understand? It's a block, it's an office. You are the producer, You can delegate. Under the producer, you have your line producer, you have your production manager, you have your production coordinator. Line producers feel they reach like 10, especially when you are shooting series. Do you understand? Now, basically, what you're doing as a producer is, in fact, thank you for asking that question. As a producer, if you cannot delegate, you will get headache. Before they shoot that film finish, you go die, you go commit suicide. Can never be on you.
So definitely this thing that is a coordinator, is the coordinator that is indirectly doing producer's job.
In many cases, because again, like I said, 25% of the Nigerian film industry performs under what a professional film set is. Do you get? Doesn't mean that the coordinator cannot step in, but it has to be delegated to him or her by the producer. So let's move forward. Let's not. Okay, sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, sir. I want to ask this question.
Yes.
I want to know what this is called professionally.
Okay.
When you have a story and you have a script writer with you and maybe a director, and you put
leave director first.
Okay.
Sorry, please. I'm very particular about you can do it, but it will not pay you. Leave director first. Okay, focus on your story. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, sir. So now I have my script writer and I have the story. We narrated the story. You're not like, okay, this should be scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, like that. No, as in to range it.
Who is calling for scene 1, scene 2? The producer.
Okay. How we should line it with the script writer. What is it called professionally?
There's no professional term for it. And do you know why there's no professional term for it? Because if your scriptwriter knows his job, you have no business determining. You can determine the plot, but not the progression. So the plot is, after he has killed the guy, I want him to now run to the hospital and go and cry After he has cried, sometimes the script writer will tell you that, oh no, before he runs to cry, let him go home first and wash the blood now. You will be like, no, I not go like him like that. Like your money. They will advise you. Do you understand? So you can determine the plot, right? But if you want to have, except if your script writer does not know his or her job, do you understand? You should give the person your story and let the person now go and develop it. Now, back to your question, professionally, that's why there is a first draft, a second draft, and a final draft. Sometimes you can even break it. In between, there can be 5 drafts. Do you get? But do not restrict your script writer. If you know how you want to play out for your head, go write them now. Why the script writer can't do that? The script writer is not a what do they call those? Typist. It's not a typist. The script writer is not a stenographer. It's not just there to just type what you are saying. That's not a script writer, not a typist. Be that. If you are hiring a proper script writer, the script writer also has his or her own vision. Do you understand? Exactly. And that's why you pay for it. If I, as a script writer, let's just say I charge, let's just say I charge 50K, right, to write a script. You now hire me. You do not allow me to structure your story, right, the way I feel it to be good. I come to your house, I sit down, you are telling me, okay, do it like this, do it like this, do it like this. I have not written a script for you and I've cheated you. What are you not paying me 50K for? You are paying the scriptwriter to go and think, to go and draft it out. Yes, sir.
Like in terms of the UI already,
Mm-hmm.
you want to like see service on this,
Mm.
and you are the one that has the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
You call the scriptwriter like
It's those animals like inches.
Mm-hmm.
Person like if there's somebody you call it.
and you are trying to tell the scriptwriter that what's that.
You are not necessarily for skits. Yeah. So we're talking about film, right? The way you write for film is different from the way you write from documentary. Because documentary, it is the person that has the premise that determines. There's really not. Do you understand? Exactly.
So choose for a documentary, why not just get a typist instead of a scriptwriter?
Thank you very much. So I was going to tell you that that person you have hired is not forming in the capacity of a scriptwriter.
Sorry. Okay. Well, I want to ask based on as a director when it comes to cinematography, cameras and all that. As a director, that you don't have any idea about camera. You know.
End of story. End of story.
Yeah. You don't have different idea. You don't.
You must know your shots, your angles.
So that's
So, like I said, now, everything I tell you, I will beat my chest and tell you to quote me. Any other person can tell you another thing, and I will tell you it is rubbish. As a director, even if it is not your job, So now, in terms of working the camera, we have DP there, right? This is how it works. There are things like exposure, balancing, and all of that, and so on and so forth. If you want to go deeper into it, but that's his job, right? But I come here, he has my color palettes, he has seen my production design, he has seen my mood board, right? So he knows the frame of what I want. Basically, what I'm doing is, I don't already know the lens where go take my medium. I know the lens where go take my master. Do you understand? I know the angles where go dey there. So I'm basically just watching him to see whether he will fool himself. Do you get? On certain occasions, he might think, right, that a 24 can, if from this angle, a 24 can do what a 50 can do. You get how it go be. Do you understand? That's him. As the director, because I know what I'm looking at, it's not that he's wrong, but I have a specific, and that angle will not work. I will just tell him, I say, I beg, bros. Naturally, go work, but he get why that 24.
So is it possible for both of you to like, okay, shoot that angle with a 24 and a 50?
Thank you very much.
Come together.
Thank you very much. So there are different takes in filmmaking. There's take 1, there's take 2. So what I do, right, all this, it will come down to this point, what you just said now, In terms of directing styles, you see there's negotiator, there's dictator, there's creative artist, there's confrontationist. Let's just get down to it. The negotiator is the person who comes to negotiate. Do you understand? Let's say this is the crew. We have a meeting. Okay, this is my vision, Alpha. She will now tell me that, but director, do you understand? In terms of if she's the costumier, right, she can tell me according to her costume chart that, okay, director, I know that the feel you are going for is teal and green, right? But don't you think that if we put straight up red or yellow like this, it will do I'm negotiating. If what she says makes sense to me, I pin it down. She has contributed. Do you understand? If not, I can tell her why I will not. The dictator. This is it. Which is bad. But many directors do it. Are you with me, bros? And in all these things, so this is also in reference to you and the DP. A dictator will come and tell the DP that, see, when some directors do short analysis and blocking for picturization, you go tired now. They will write everything out. Cinematographers do not like dictators. DPs, directors of photography, because they are also directors in their own rights. Do you understand? So DP go tell director, say, but this frame and everything, you will be dictator, go tell and say, Baba, do it like that. Okay, no wahala. I need to you see at the end of the day, your film. The creative artist is me. And I think this is the best. Do you understand? Now, this is the difference. This is why the creative artist will stand aside the dictator and the negotiator. We are very corny people. We do like snake. I have my vision, right? And I don't want my vision to change. But I know that I do not know it all. So I will rape your minds into agreeing with my vision by taking all your... Do you understand? So you are contributing, right? You are contributing, but you are fitting my... Yes, exactly. I'm not negotiating with you. I'm not negotiating with you. I've dropped it on the ground. This is it. But I will not look at you to be... I will allow your creative juices, do you understand, to flow and everything. Just like, oh, okay, fine. No problem, we'll try. Pata, when we get there, we'll do multiple takes. If it's a big budget, do you understand? And if we have time. If it's a big budget, oh. Thank you very much. So a smart director will carry everybody along. Do you understand? And then 1 or 2 infusions of what you've done there, what you've done. For me, when I address my crew, yeah, I tell everybody, I say, heads of departments, you guys are directors in your own right. Do you understand? Which is why your mood board, your director's concepts, a lot of directors don't do this. When I want to direct, they be like I said, they go school. I drop a manual. Do you understand? I don't know, I'm not a graphic person. I don't know how to draw or do. I pay someone to do my mood board for me. I tell them this is what I want and everything. So when I call my crew, right, I put it down, everybody goes through, you have seen my vision and everything. Okay, now, with this blueprint and everything, go and give me your chart, Gaffer, let me see your light plan. Do you understand? DP and everything, we'll sit down and talk and so on and so forth and everything. We'll now go bring everything, come. Do you understand? Based on what I have. And we are the biggest sweet talkers. You will never, hey, before you see me shout on somebody on set, just know that that person is Satan himself. Just know that that's the devil right there. I will get to that. I'll get to the mood board. So do you understand? Bros and auntie. So when you are the creative artist, yeah, you work with your DP, right? You work hand in hand. You work hand in hand. But you can't work hand in hand with, see, this thing you said, do you know why I shut it down? The first 2 jobs I ever directed, I was still learning. It was a very, very serious learning curve. There was a shot I wanted to take, right? From the middle of a stadium, and then they will pull out, and I wanted the DP to have his camera in the crowd. I had a reason why I wanted to do that. Someone who is frustrated, a player who is frustrated. So as you are pulling out, go be like I said, the person, they vanish. That now shows his isolation. Nobody is passing the ball to him. So when you come out on a wide, where he's standing, he will just be like an ant. You are seeing activities around him. Oh, that was the idea that I wanted. I can't tell DP, say, oh yeah, now from here, because see the length where I want me, you pull out to, and everything. Oh, the DP just looks, he say, lazy DP. He say, director, I no go work. I didn't know why. He just told me, you know, go, wait till happen now. He said, lens now, this one, director, no, just. I ended up taking that shot a different way that I was not comfortable with, right? Only for years later, I now found out that in the lens box and with a certain kind of grip equipment, which we had on set, I would have gotten my shot. I almost died. So kill that. Don't ask any question about, as a director, if you do not know about it. Lie. You have no business directing. At least know the basics. Like I said, nobody is saying that you should go there and now be checking your ISO level and all those this thing. No, that's not your. But very simple. Do you understand? At least know where that they on them now. Know how to rack. Do you understand? Know which lenses. Know which lenses fit your shots. Have basics on it. In fact, a director should know a bit about everything. That's what I was taught in theater arts. Do you get? And it will come into play because everything is coming from you. Do you get? I am not a production designer, but I know about production design because that's my visualization right there. That's the aesthetics of my film. The set that you see, right? If this house is for a geek, right? The production designer comes and now determines what we will see. Okay, first of all, what are the color combinations that we are seeing here based on a geek? A geek is an introverted person, usually. So are we going to have flamboyant curtains? No, obviously not. Do you understand? You have more of dark things. This picture here will never be prayer is the key because most of the time, geeks are scientific people that think openly. Sometimes they might not believe in God. So what will actually be there would be probably like X, Y equals to the variety of life. Something weird. Exactly. Even up to shirts. Do you understand? Even up to shirts. Mathematical quotations on the costume. That's production design. Anyways, that one is a whole different. Do you get? That's the production designer's job. But if I do not know about production design, right, the production designer can mess up my visualization, can mess up my aesthetics. Thank you very much. Yeah? Sure. Yes, sir.
I have to ask.
Yeah.
The first one, you said, like you said, Guy Ritchie.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever he writes his dialogues, you could tell that this is Guy Ritchie. This is for. So, as a scripture, from his own creative, he has already created stories. Is it okay for the directors now come? This is how I.
Exactly. So let me focus on that. Guy Ritchie usually directs what he writes, but usually, not all the time. So it's easier for him because he has already written it and he's the person that is going to direct it. But if there's already an existing script, yeah, he has the full authority to come and say, no, I want the dialogue to be catchy. As a scriptwriter, if you... So you will now infer. Do you understand? So the dialogue is still giving the same message. So for instance, this is between me and... What's your name again? Victoria. So this is between me and Victoria. Dialogue could be, I am hungry. Please make some food for me. And Victoria will say, there's no food in the house. Guy Ritchie can come. The theme of that dialogue is, husband is hungry. Wife says there's no food. Guy Ritchie will come and say, oh no, this is too basic. Change it into something like, husband comes and say, darling, my tummy is flat. And you're just there sitting, right? And then she's like, I won't cook pots for you, can I? Same message. I have communicated that I am hungry. She has told me that now pots there, you want your pots. Same thing. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, the angle I'm talking about now, director to an actor now.
Okay.
That's the angle I want to.
It's a very important angle. So
yeah,
shoot.
I'm going to use this movie as reference. Superstar. I think Nancy Ismail was the major
With Timini,
Yes,
Ebusun,
yes.
and everything.
So there was a particular scene that Nancy Ismail was to play as actor as a university, I guess.
Okay.
And yet, she was passing through a lot. You know, it's not like she cannot act. You know, but as a woman being passing through a lot, and director was like, "Who is this?" You know, he was not patient. You know, he was in. So someone that is not a director, there, now give her some motivation, give her some tips, and she did well. When that was like, "Yeah, that's my work."
That person is not a director, he's a teleguider.
Thank you.
The person that actually came to put her into character is the director. Like I said, there's a lot that falls on you, and you have to know about man management. Do you get? Very, very important. You have to know about man management. A teleguider is just somebody who comes to say, cut, action, but not indirect. You usually have teleguiders in things like news. You're not directing anything, but you have to be there to know when to give a cue. Do you understand? To say, oh, okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3, 2. When she has finished her bulletin and everything, you give this thing cuts and so on and so forth. And many people will say, nah, director be that because he directed where to. Do you get? There are a lot of directors who are glorified teleguiders, honestly speaking. Do you get? But a director, sorry, I'm coming, just to reach that. In terms of people management, you have to know how to speak to your actor. Now, by God's grace, we'll have an acting class. Yeah? Let me pick a cue from that. In acting, there's a book. Oh yeah, I have references for you guys, books that you can go and download and all of that. So there's a book called An Actor Prepares by Konstantin Stanislavski, right? Yeah. If you read that book, you will see that when the actor is preparing, the director is like a small Jesus along the journey. So even before you start rolling tape, know your actor and know your actor's prowess. So that guy that was there, that was saying, who is this person, who is this person? If he had done his job right, even from pre-production, right, he will know who Nancy Isime is, what to expect. He will know what his character needs to do and how to get her to do it.
Sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
You know that there are situations, I think something refers to a particular situation whereby sometimes a particular actor might not be available just because of a certain occurrence or something, and then they need someone's feeling instantly. So how does director and that actor get to work together on a particular set that they're about to shoot? Like,
Yeah, that does happen a lot. It's not ideal, but when you find yourself in that situation, take time. It's now more hectic for you. But what you should do first is, if the person comes on, take out time, let the person go and read the script, beginning to end. A lot of things happen when you are directing. Many of our superstars, now when they reach location, now they will read them. You don't know how tasking that is for a director. Do you understand? They will now sit down and they will now be like, okay, what scene? They will bring the scene. You now read the scene. Okay, what is happening here? So you are not acting based on scene to scene, not the entirety of the story. Do you get? And in terms of continuity, reactions, and progression, you now see a lot of these things. So please, take out time, give the actor the entire script. Sister, please, see kitchen there, just go. In fact, if you take you the entire day, well, it comes down to budgeting, because sometimes you do not have the luxury of not taking his or her scenes for that day. But if you can, right, if it takes a day, shoot other things. If he or she is the only person, strike for that day. Strike for that day. Do you understand? So, okay, we are going into, let me just quickly, so you know what directorial concept is, you know what directorial approach is. The author approach is the author, basically like the author, right? So that is the film carries all the undertones and makings that you have. Then the collaborative approach is where either the negotiator or the creative artist comes in. So it's collaborative effort, which is beautiful. Interpretative approach is for films like period films. Do you understand? So even if you might have a concept of how you want your progressions to be, the story of Fela is the story of Fela. You know, guy, you want to bend down. You just have to interpret it. There's nothing any costumer wants to come and tell you this is how they dress. It's there. You want us to lie?
What's this music?
Ayinla.
Some had problems that okay, it was supposed to be like no. This is the story.
And that may have come from him wanting to be an author or wanting to be a collaborative. Do you understand? So it's a bit tricky, but these are like the approaches that you do. So period films and everything, and also mythical films. It's a myth. Whether it is fact, it is proven and everything. This is how it is documented. Just interpret it. Get nice pictures and all of that. Then obviously the directing styles, I just went through what the negotiator, the dictator, the creative artist, the confrontationist, and then, so please, in rapping, I'll pick your question last. So in rapping, like I said in the beginning, as a director, you have to be very much educated and very much exposed. Do you understand? Research is very, very, very much key. That's number one. Number two, you have to be very good with people management. You have to manage your crew, manage your cast. Have an iron fist. Don't take rubbish, but be a little bit flexible so that other people... I've been in sets where it is a PA that helped me. Do you understand? We were shooting and then there was something about the location and we were just like, I want to do, and we were racking brain all over this, and it was just one PA that was like, sorry sir, okay, but this one, I dashed that boy 20K on the spot because I could not even think about that. My brain was blocked. Do you understand? So please learn how to be collaborative. Do you understand? And then know your style, know your pattern. If you want to have a particular niche for yourself, right? I talked about Guy Ritchie coming down to Nigerian films. Without seeing credits, I know a Kunle Afolayan film. There's something that is just basic. His color feel. Doesn't miss it. Do you understand? He doesn't miss it. His art directing, regardless of the genre, he does not miss it. He's very particular about it. A Kayode Kasum film, I will know it. That guy, in fact, he doesn't know his true calling. He's more of a cinematographer than a director. Honestly speaking, he has one of the best visual representations. It's just that he does a lot of what they would call glamour film. Do you understand? So I don't even think Nigeria has even seen Kayode Kasum's true. That guy's lighting, he needs to be studied at Harvard. His light patterns, his play with colors. Carve a niche for yourself. Your question, sir.
Yes. Since this class, we'll be pointing out some mistakes that we'll be making in the Nigerian film industry. So there's something that has been confusing me,
right,
like for a very long time that I'm not sure about. So please, professionally, who is a filmmaker? Who can we call a filmmaker? Because a lot of time I see someone who does sound and call himself a filmmaker.
Why is he not a filmmaker?
Like, I'm not too sure. Like, when I hear filmmaker, I don't know if it's like we're talking about the scriptwriter or I don't know.
Professionally,
Exactly.
Professionally, a filmmaker is anybody who contributes to the production of a film. An actor is a filmmaker. He's making it. So many people confuse it as the making, which is crew. Do you understand? An actor is a filmmaker. You're bringing out dialogues. You are making the film. Can't work without you. Do you understand? In the previous class, we were talking about pop culture and what actually is. So generally, a filmmaker is the conceptualizers of, do you understand, the people that come to, which is basically like the director and the producer and everything. But no, it goes beyond. You guys know Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow, Abby. So in Pirates of the Caribbean, yeah, when he had his law case with his ex-wife and everything, and they dropped him, yeah, he was coming for a very, very big lawsuit. Do you know why? Because he came with facts that he, as an actor, developed that character. He didn't direct the film. He didn't write the script. But they told him, oh, yes, so this is Jack Sparrow. You are a pirate. You are a... So at least 60% of what you see, the way he walks, the way he does, and everything, that is creative. Will you now say he did not make the film because he was not behind the camera? Do you understand? So a filmmaker is general. But because of, like we said, pop culture lingua, it usually goes to the... Well, not necessarily, not even necessarily the crew members, like basically the people who conceptualize and all of that. Everyone is a film, everyone that contributes to the film is a filmmaker. You just have different parts of film. At the end of the day, it is film making. It's all encompassing, right? All right, I think that's, okay, sorry, yes.
Have you personally, my script writing, produced, written, directed by just that person?
Now, waiting the if like 90% of the films that I do is written. The one that I usually do not put on myself is producing, because if you are producing and you are directing, right, your attention is divided. They are both jealous parts. Do you understand? They both require a lot. A lot of producers do it. You exactly. Thank you very and thank you. You need one person to check. Exactly. But usually you can write and direct and even act safe. Yes.
So, the business of creating it.
Yeah.
When you get size that you create and you bring it, or you contact the director, yeah, okay, this is what I'm doing. Is it necessary?
As an actor?
Yeah,
Okay.
an actor.
Yeah.
Is it necessary for the directors to be like, no, this is what I want?
Yes. So everything at the end of the day comes back to the director. If the director says, do it like this, it's not your business whether he's right or wrong. Let critics judge that one. Final say is the director. That's why it's your film. If the director is a creative artist, exactly. Yes, sir.
My question is, can a director remove a dialogue from the script writer?
Can remove full scene. Self. His own. Why do you think directors and scriptwriters have war? Do you understand? Hey, you're talking about line. A director can remove a full. Okay, let me go back to see this. You went in the okay, but you see this, yeah? A director can come and change from year to year, like this. Oh, okay, fine. What you have written, I like how it started. I like where things went wrong. I like when they now started to do this thing. But you see from the climax and everything, no, this is my vision. I think we should. But there's somebody that will check the director, Sha. The producer. The producer, right, as a general manager, can checkmate the director, because as a director, like I said, you are not all knowing. So the fact that it is your vision does not mean that producer will just fold his or her hands and allow you to now come and spoil what EP has suffered money to bring. Do you get? So there's usually a vision. So if you see that whatever changes the director is making is falling out of line, right? Some directors get carried away. Usually, our Able D here mentions target audience, right? So if the executive producer and the producer have agreed that, these are the people, now here my power reach, right? Then you as the director, maybe they've decided that they want to shoot it and take it to Star Times or this place. You can't they change the trajectory to waiting Netflix they do. And they cannot, of course, at that point, producer will say, bros, calm down. Do you understand? But of course, he has, I won't say autonomy, he has power to edit. And also something, sorry, on the last note, there's something called complex plots and linear plots. So usually, writers write in a linear plot. It started from here, it ended there. A director can come and say, no, I want to start it from the middle. Exactly. So, If there are any other questions, please feel free to, I don't know, reach out to me and everything. Thank you very much. Thank you.
What an incredible journey it has been. Our contestants have had the unique experience and opportunity to learn from seasoned film directors, gaining invaluable insights into the art of bringing a script to life and on the big screen. We've seen them face challenges, grow as actors and actresses, and discover the magic of collaborations in the world of filmmaking. As they continue their quest to become the next big star, we hope this experience will serve as a solid foundation for their careers. Next time on BTM Spotlights, we will be bringing the world of acting to them. And I'm pretty sure they're all particularly excited about this workshop. I'm Soliat Bada. Until next time, keep chasing your dream and remember, the spotlight is waiting for you. Remember to follow us on all our social media platforms, Thread and Instagram at Black Thread Media, Twitter and YouTube at Black Thread Films, and BTM socials and hashtags, hashtag BTM Spotlight, hashtag BTMS. Also, for more information, please check out our website, www.blackthreadmedia.com. Thank you. Join us next time on BTM Spotlight as our actors continue to chase their dream on the silver screen. Until next time, I'll see you again. Bye.